There are a number of common human foods that your dogs and cats should never eat. Some of the common ones include chocolate, coffee, alcohol, ones I think we're mostly aware of. Some of the lesser common ones include grapes, onion, nutmeg, and even the sweetener in artificial gum called xylitol. In this video you're going to learn about these toxins, some of the common clinical signs if your pets ingest these toxins, and then most importantly I'm going to conclude with showing you what you can do at home if your dog or cat ingests any of these.
Alcoholic beverages. They are often sweet, attracting dogs and cats, but they can cause serious and fatal intoxication. Some of the clinical signs include incoordination, ataxia, excitement, depression as it progresses, slow breathing rate, and they can lead to cardiac arrest and death. Chocolate in all forms. Chocolate contains theobromine, a compound that is a cardiac stimulant and diuretic. The most toxic form is the dark chocolate, or the baker's chocolate. Some of the clinical signs include initial excitation, increased drinking, increased urination, vomiting and diarrhea, increased heart rate, heart arrhythmias, seizures can be seen, and in serious cases, death is possible. Coffee in all forms. Coffee contains dangerous components called xanthines, which can cause nervous system or urinary system damage and heart muscle stimulation. Macadamia nuts. They contain an unknown toxin which can affect the digestive and nervous systems and muscles of dogs, and this can lead to paralysis. Onions and even onion powder. Onions contain a toxic ingredient called thiosulfate. Pets affected by onion toxicity can develop anemia. Raisins and grapes. As few as 6 grapes and raisins have caused acute kidney failure in some dogs. The toxic ingredient is yet known, and there's no known treatment. The big point here is avoid feeding any grapes or raisins to your dogs. Apples, apricots, cherries, peaches, and plums. The stems, seeds, and leaves can be toxic. They contain a cyanide-type compound, and signs of toxicity include apprehension, dilated pupils, difficulty breathing, hyperventilation, and shock. And I just want to highlight that it's the seeds and stems that contain the toxin component, not the fruit itself.
So if your dog or cat is showing some serious clinical signs of ingesting a toxin, the first thing you want to do is be going to a veterinarian. In most cases of poisoning, the most important thing you can do is getting your pet to vomit. Getting them to throw up whatever they've consumed. If they've consumed something caustic, such as bleach or drain cleaner, then you don't want to induce vomiting. So for instance, if your dog has consumed too much chocolate and we're concerned about that causing a toxicity, then we want to induce vomiting. The safest thing to use to do that is hydrogen peroxide, which I have here. So here's the 3% peroxide, and the dose is 1 teaspoon per 10 pounds. So here's a teaspoon. I'm just going to put it into a cup here so you can see. 1 teaspoon per 10 pounds of body weight, and I'll dilute that 50-50 with water. So Jesse being 40 pounds, his dose would be 4 teaspoons, there it is, of peroxide. I then just do equivalent water. There we got 4 teaspoons of water. Sorry about that, Jesse. There's the 4 teaspoons of water. And then that would just be drawn up in something like a syringe, which I've gone up here. So that draws up to about 25 mils, well, almost 30 mils of fluid, as you can see here in a syringe. But I'm not going to give it to him because I don't want him to vomit today, good boy.